Didn't do the intro. Shit. Skip right into it. I should probably close this and restart it. Just refresh the stream. Oh, great. Forgot to pin it to the thing. There we go. Actually, I shouldn't do it, but I'm going to do it. I shouldn't do it, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to install Reshade. I should do it, but I'm gonna sit here and dick around with it for a long time. Game already looks good. What do I need to do this for? Where is it? No, it's not. This is something else. I gotta go to the actual game here. Marty McFly. Merce. What are all the Marty ones? Meteor. Maybe not this one. Cheese potato. I still haven't figured out which one of these has the monocle thing. But we need the PD colored thing. Where's that? Where's that? Where is that? Let's do it now. I've yet to find it. It'll be. I don't know why I can't. It's like I swear I've gone through all of these, and the only way I've been able to find it is if I install it. And I hate doing it because it takes forever to load. It's like bloatware. But I don't ever see it in any of these when I check. Oh, I think it's because I think I did figure out what it was under. I think it did start with a D. DH reshade. I don't know if it's that. I'm gonna go with this one. We're just gonna go with what I got. I want to say it started with a D. Uno momento, por favor. I must put in my credentials. Blam, blam, blam. Kitty sleeping right there. So cute. How's the voice audio? I'm using new headphones. Something a little low profile. It's the lowest low profile setup I've had so far. Because before, in order to not wear the over the ear headphones, I had to set up a mic, but that was still kind of high profile. And then I obviously I don't for the headphones I was using for the mic broke because they were cheap little $10 wired ones. And then I went back to the headset, but then now I got these low profile AirPods um, that have a mic on it, so it's the lowest profile setup I've had so far. And it's decent. The only thing I think I don't like about it is I can't hear my voice as well because it doesn't have audio feedback, which I really obviously I love. That's like I love that so much. My over-the-ear headset does have that, but I can turn ambient mode on, and then it's kind of like halfway there, so it's not bad. So it's like his older stuff. I mean, not like super old, but okay. I'm not seeing. I installed it on the wrong thing, I think. It's just not loading. So I gotta open up that folder and like delete all that shit because it's just gonna be bloat shit. Let's see. Mm, I must have to do it on like the 64 launcher or something. The mic seems more bad. Like, what do you mean? Like the quality? I mean, it is functioning over Bluetooth, so that could be partly why. Just Bluetooth degradation. Delete that stuff. I wonder if it's because I was supposed to do it to launcher 64, but that's why. I just did the normal one. It's probably just one I use. Hmm. It's not a boulder. It's a rock. Oh, you just said is potato, and there's potato right there. What are the odds? What are the statistical odds? What are the statistical odds that that would happen? Hmm? You'd say potato, and I'd read potato somewhere else at the same time. That's crazy. Let's see if this works. Leap. Oh, my shit's leap. What time is it? It's like my bedtime, ain't it? No, I got some time. Got a little bit of time. The worst insult you can say to a ghost. Hmm. Damn, get a life. Yeah, it's pretty dirty. Why isn't it loading? Why isn't it loading Reshade? What's the fucking problem? You might put it in the wrong folder. See, like I don't know why would it be game? Like this is literally what I'm loading it from is this. I'm almost saying. No. Oh, this is what I installed it on the first place. Maybe I got to do boot 64, not boot launch. Maybe it's this. All right, we'll try this one. It's a never-ending game. See, it says it's there. It's a fucking problem. Alright. People are like, "Where's the Final Fantasy 14 content? Where? Why isn't it loading the game?" Reshade, what's the problem? That's not loading Reshade. I'm just gonna back out. I'm gonna go in one more time. Maybe I need to load it up twice for whatever reason. I don't think that's gonna work, but you never know. You never know. Maybe I'm choosing the wrong. Why wouldn't it be DX11 though, like or 12? No, I can't play without it. This is what I've been doing. That's what I've typically loading file, Square Enix game. Oh, it wants me to do the DX11 thing that I did come across. I don't feel like I've ever done that. Hell yeah, shinier boobs. What's the point of gaming if you can't have shinier boobs? I don't understand. I don't ever remember selecting this DX11 in the past, but well, let's try it. Maybe I did. Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I don't know what I'm doing. Quint, DHA, Light Warmer, Merce, click in. We'll boot up the game real quick. Oh, watch it works. Yay, I was just dumb. There it is. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I'm a failure. AI is smarter than me. Mm, what's that? Now let's see if monocle thing's on here. It's not. Let's see. Fuck. What is it under? Gotta go back and add some shit. Ah. I'm gonna go back. Gotta do this. Gotta delete this. Gonna reload this. Go in here. Go here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Every shade of effects. What could it be under? Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna ask AI. AI. God, it's so helpful. Monocular cues effect. That is what I'm looking for. Shaders include certain preset packs. It is for an example, real alpha and lighting, sweet effects, and reshape preset for the game steep. Depth cues. I did start with the D. I did depth 3D, I think, maybe. Is that where I messed up? Let's see depth cubes in here. Oh, you want this too, though. I don't see a depth thing. Maybe if I switch to real alpine lighting steep. The fuck is it talking about? Pray. I mean, there's Sweet FX here from Sweet FX, and you go up here, and it's like Sweet FX here. Let's just go. Let's go. Let's just go into it. I don't even care anymore. I don't even care. Content. Oh, I've been at 200 subscribers for half a year. Yay. Oh my god, it's not here. Man. The only way I've been able to find it is if I download everything, and I hate fucking doing that. I don't want to do that. Yeah, I should just, I don't know, do it one at a time. That sounds so annoying. Gotta reload the game again. Wait. Uh, yeah, but I have to do a lot of editing to do that, you know? It takes a lot of time. Alright, well, it's not in there. Well, I mean, of course I would post shorts if you did it. Uh, Maybe we'll do like 3 at a time. Except then I'm gonna still have to fucking weed them out. Still not there. Wait, motion blur, still not there. Delete that. This is so annoying. Just nothing tells me. I seriously, when I look through here, I don't ever. It does nothing. Never says monocular cues. Oh wait, maybe it's, what did it say up here? Depth cues. Maybe there's depth cues somewhere in here. Like a depth cues thing. Let's look for one. Well, we want color. We want legacy. We want Marty stuff. We want Quint. Deep dehaze. No. Oh, oh, oh. So monocular cues under depth cues. I think we found it. Oh my god, I'm dumb. I swear to God, AI saves me so much time. Once you learn how to use it. Hey, appreciate that understanding. I wish that it would like notification sound. I'm gonna look into that. Monocular cues. Oh, you found it. There it is. We gotta go to settings. Um, all right, now we can almost play the game because I'm gonna sit here and mess around with this shit for a bit. Help me. I can't help it. I mean, I don't know. What do you mean not full screen? Oh, it's. I don't think it is. I think it's in borderless. Battery low. What? Someone use these things? I guess I haven't played probably for a while now, right? 5 hours. That's still not an impressive amount of time. All right, all right, all right. Let's look at this. Let's get a good shot. Just have to switch to my headphones. Um, I mean, just this alone, this just this alone makes the game just pop. That's all you really need. This one thing. I mean, realistically, what I would like to do is like something like H. This is good too. HQ4X. Pretty much the same thing. Or where's Marty's thing? MXA. This one's probably the best. Well, if it worked, it's not. Maybe there's another one. I might still have another one. Well, but I mean, I don't know why this isn't working. But either way, this doesn't, even when this does work, which it's not, this basically looks just like the other thing I had on. What was it? The HX. It basically looks like this, but better. But the problem with it is that it blinks on multiplayer games. It doesn't work on online games. Yeah, understanding. I don't really see this blinking though. Kind of makes everything blurry in a way. It does give it a lot of sharpness. Yeah, that's why monocle. This one's good because it gives that MXAO look. Not quite as good. I do like MXAO more, but this doesn't blink. This doesn't flicker at all. So it's the best thing I've ever found if you're really looking for just one simple thing to just kind of enhance the game. The game already looks great, but and then active to the top. This is up top, and then you do like a bloom on top of it. Like if you do the thing with the bloom, it's got to be subtle. And here we'll go back to Limsa because that's where you really can see it. The the quality of the bloom, like what it's actually doing. Did I get an HDR bloom? Maybe I should reload it. You really want an bloom HDR? Yeah, right here. All right. It's not quite nighttime. All right. Let's edit this. First, you don't want Timothy. We want, because Timothy just makes it all around colors kind of weird. If you do ace this, it just gives it that quality look once again. It's making it darker where you want it darker, but it's making it glow where you want it to glow. And that's what you're really looking for. You don't want it to be bright everywhere. You want that dark to light contrast. Yeah, no little Timmies. Except we might lower it a little bit. You don't want it too dark. Less is more with this shit. You want to look at the sky and like see. Maybe lower the exposure. Ooh, that's bright. Ah! Ah! Alright, we'll use the sun as a good reference on what we're doing. Let's see. I think that's good. Like you don't want what did we do right there? Exposure? No, this this one. Hey, you want this at 0. I think gamma is a really good thing to mess with too. This is like that overall darkness. So use this as a comparison because we want something close to it. Look at that. Just kind of diminishes some colors a little bit. Contrast. Let's keep that at default maybe. Image saturation. Maybe even bring this up just a cinch. Just a cinch. Just so it's not. So you can see when it goes down. Compared to like say we do 12. Colors kind of stay the same. You don't want it too colorful though. It doesn't look good. I mean, honestly, a little saturation actually makes it look probably better. I mean, I could set up some drops. Maybe just a cinch it. HD power. Look at that. Holy shit. Looks way better. Kinda. We gotta bring it up a little bit. else can we do? Should probably keep the sort of that. This is why it's nice. This is all kind of the same, but if you do that, suddenly it gives shadow where there should be, and then it gives the perspective that there's something shining on it. That it just gives it, and then like it brings the clouds out. Let's see. I think we just need to lighten it just a little bit. This is at like 5. Let's do like 450. And then the main thing, yeah, but the good kind of dark. Like you want it to be dark, but not like you can't see shit dark. But like a good example is like this tunnel. Like you want it. I don't know. It'll look better once the lights come out. That's when you'll really be like, holy shit. That's when you'll really get the. Yeah, here come the lights right now. That's when it'll really shows like what it's doing. You need to see already, like the lights right here, just popping. Um, the thing with that though, I feel like it makes everything a little oranger with the HDR on, and I find that if we, is it color gamut? Levels, color balance. I think it's color balance right here. This is great. Yeah, the games, yep, is coming to an end. I like a cooler color more than a warmer color, and I find that HDR when you use the HDR bloom, it brings more of that warm color out, and I don't like it. But I love the effects of HDR, the blooming HDR. So I find if you just use this color balance to bring out your blue shadows, midtones, and highlights, it just finishes off the look that you're looking for. Maybe I should lower the bloom a little. Maybe get a little lighter. I don't know. Is it too dark? I like it. It just really takes the red out of my hair. Uh, go back to gamma value so we can mess with it. Okay, maybe we do want that lower. I do like it a little darker. And then maybe lower the bloom a little bit so that it doesn't blur stuff like that. I think having the sensitivity up. Yeah. increasing the sensitivity here seems to preserve what it is you're like these icons, but yet you can still have the intense, the light intense. Let's do like a look at this weapon, the spear. Maybe we should lower it a little bit. Kind of losing the definition of the weapon itself. Less is more. I think that's good. You actually want that really low. You don't want to oversaturate the game with effects to the point where it looks like shit because you're trying to do too much. I think this is as good as it's gonna get. Little bridge. Just like it makes it darker where it should be darker, but then it makes it lighter where it should be lighter. That's the whole appeal. Because Final Fantasy, I mean, they've gotten better now, but when the game before, it just had like this grayscale where just the whole image was kind of just had this gray filter over it. And they've gotten better because this is the base game right here, and they've kind of gotten rid of it now. It's definitely not as it's hardly even there anymore. But you can get rid of it even more by doing this. If we get to Krishna. Boom. Alright, yeah. Not even playing the game. Mad content, I know. I'm just gonna leave it. I feel like we hit that sweet spot where it's like I either want to go lighter or I want to go darker, and both probably is a bad idea. So what can we hit though really make it darker? It's basically the gamma. Cook it. You can make it like super fucking dark if you want to. Where it's just like very dependent on the lighting. Maybe we'll do like 14. I think we were at 13. Let's go to 14. And maybe we'll increase this like by 100. Just get a little pop. Is this not extracting by colors? I'm not seeing a difference. Increase the spread. I'm not seeing a difference on the right up the tail. Looking at another weapon just to make sure we're not losing. Come on, stop. Stop running. Stop. Stop running. Oh yeah, we still got definition. If anything, it just like makes it seem like it's actually dark and those are actually glowing at nighttime. Like it makes it seem like it's actually nighttime, you know? Because before it's like, yeah, it's nighttime, but it's bright as fuck. Now it's nighttime and it looks like it's nighttime, but you can still see. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. 1 hour later. I've spent too much time with Reshade, but I feel like I know what to do now. Like, if you're really trying to use it to increase a game, even a game that already looks good, like Final Fantasy 14 does, I feel like I hit that. Like I know what I'm looking for. You know, honestly, it kind of looks too dark. Maybe we'll increase it a little bit. Where's the game? Game at 13, maybe. You just want subtle. I think that's it. I think this is it. It's not really getting too much darker, but it is. The lights are looking good. I think the blues really popping. This road, everything has more contrast, like because you can still kind of see that grayscale that they're still slightly there. I have reached Charlene. Oh yeah, looks way better. Just even the grass, it's really grass here. Just kind of looks like video game grass, and now it looks real. Like not real, but you know what I mean. It looks like video game grass. Now it looks like grass at nighttime. Proper. Like it feels like it's nighttime. As it should. Stand before the doors of Numenon, Charlene's grandest collection of books and tombs. This building is actually only an entrance, and one of many at that, for the archives in Numenon extend deep beneath the surface like the roots of a tree. The vast halls of the Great Cabal Library pale in comparison to Numenon's endless maze of subterranean chambers. Any citizen of Charlene is free to enter and peruse its shelves. While most of its shelves, only Archons are afforded access to certain restricted vaults. I've dispatched Istola and Raha to investigate those. Meanwhile, Alize and Alphano will help me continue my search through the stacks open to the general public. Your status presents more of a problem. As a non-citizen, you are only permitted to browse the first floor here at the entrance. Even so, there should be a number of books which touch upon Charlene history or foreign policy. Your task will be to find and study the relevant publications. I promise you, a working knowledge of those subjects will make it far easier to spot the sort of clues we're looking for. Let us be about it, shall we? I've told the others to meet us at the stone benches over there once they found some promising tombs. Happy reading. Bum, 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 bum. That's when we walk in here. That's what it used to look like. That's what it looks like now. Maybe we just need a little bit of color somehow. Oh. It's a little less image saturation, maybe. Maybe 1150. Feel like it a little saturated. Not much. I think this is the move. Subtle. Long, long ago on the island in the northern sea, there lived a Rogadine man by the name of Nayon Kremp. Nayon Kremp was a student of astrology, and he divined that a flood of terrifying proportions would soon sweep over the lands of Eorzea. So it was that he built a gigantic ship, assembled a crew, and set sail for the imperiled realm. The flood arrived as foretold, and to their horror, the strangely churning waters drove the people towards the ocean. It was there, however, that Nyan Kremp's crew hauled them aboard his ark, but the danger had not passed. A towering wave approached, threatening to smash the vessel to pieces. With only moments to spare, Nyan Kremp wove a mighty spell of teleportation and shifted the entire ship to safety atop Abalathia's spine. Refugees from the surrounding regions huddled there alongside them, but it was not long before disputes over the dwindling supply of food led to violence and bloodshed. Saddened by the sight, Nyan Kremp gathered to his crew and his grateful passengers and abandoned the ark to those reddened peaks. They journeyed to the coast where they built a new ship, intent upon returning to the northern seas. They landed on the beach of an island and settled upon that very spot. The settlement prospered and grew, and in time it became the city of Charlene we live in to this day. Okay. Some Noah's Ark shit, alright. Many years ago on the banks of the Thaliac in the Dravanian hinterlands, the Charlene colony once thrived. The settlement was originally established as a mere outpost to study the ethereal sea in the year 1311 of the 6th astral era. Scholars dispatched that Orzea found the facilities wanting, and their demands encouraged a gradual expansion in structures and services. As rumors spread of a growing community of academics, the area was further inundated with Orzean students hoping to share in the renowned wisdom of the Charlanes. 50 years. What's up, dude? 50 years later, the forum passed a motion to recognize what had become a flourishing town as an official Charlene colony. Arizona residents took to calling the colony itself Charlene, which led to no small amount of confusion when discussions turned to the subject of motherland. In response, some Charlene inhabitants, if pressed for a name, would simply refer to it as Emporium. Following the Exodus, however, goblins and treasure hunters claimed for themselves a corner of this abandoned colony and gave it yet another name, Italy Shire. The following chapters go on to introduce the most prominent features of Italy Shire. This book does not appear to contain additional information on the forum or cover the history of the Charlene motherland in great detail. There's so many books. I want to read all of them. During the chaos of the Sixth Umbral Calamity, Archon Nayam Kremp, owner of the Charlene, bore witness to the madness and savagery. What are you doing over here? Look at you silly goose. You're so silly. bore witness to the madness of savagery of men brought to the brink of despair. Upon raising a settlement on an island in the northern empty, he instructed his people thus: renounce the ways of war and pursue enlightenment through knowledge and reason. The Charlemanes took to the heart the words of their savior, and thenceforth served as stewards of wisdom. Upon a foundation of accumulated learning, they built a homeland unlike any other, a nation born from strength of minds rather than strength of arms. With knowledge of economics came shrewd trading. With knowledge of agriculture came bountiful crops. Engineering brought wells and sewers, ending squabbles over water. Alright, I love you, but you gotta go, buddy. Both of expertise could be bartered for wealth and coin, and the more their wisdom spread, coming right back. Alright, nope, that's cool. Throughout the world, the more mankind as a whole would thrive. Will you chill? You can't just demand pets from the hand. It doesn't work that way. So it was that no matter the trials or tribulations of the age, the citizens of Charlemagne would live by their founders' teaching for the sake of a better tomorrow, for the sake of a brighter star. They would eschew the tools of war with knowledge deliver to the world, and with knowledge to the world. Man, chill out. Chill. You need to learn to just lay there and cuddle on my lap peacefully. Quit! You're skipping on my stuff! I love you, but goddamn. Harder! My beloved seekers of knowledge. It is a very small color. Have you ever put learning before your health and neglected to feed and rest your body as you should? You're coming right back. Look at you. You're so annoying. Engaged in such foul practices, but one night, engrossed in philosophical study, I had an epiphany. My legs are. For all the world's mysteries that drive us to reckless abandon, we have so very few years of life in which to achieve our goals. Thus do I share with you this mantra: I am forever 20 summers young. The number itself is unimportant. You could be 19 or 23 or 40. Whatever you are when you discover this manual, let that be the age you aspire to remain. Through mindful, healthy living, will you extend the time available to spend upon chosen research, another day, another moon, another summer, to grasp the greater truths you pursue. In the pages that follow, we will explore the secrets of maintaining one's physical condition from a biological, ethereal, logical, and arcane viewpoint. The book is on the wrong subject. Search for works which contain details on the forum or mention the history of Charlemagne. How many books are left? And then 2 spots, I think. An introduction to the heavens. Have you ever gazed at the skies above and contemplated the mysteries contained therein? I speak not of shifting cloud patterns, but of the vastness beyond, of the sun and the twinkling tapestry of the night. Some think the dome above us to be finite space, yet amongst the leading thinkers of our age, one scholar's depiction of a boundless sea of stars has firmly taken root. Alas, this heavenly sea remains an unreachable, unknowable destination. There are few indeed who can explain in satisfactory detail why our own star is believed to revolve around the sun. It was the technologists of Alag who came closest to understanding the laws which govern the starry abyss. It was they who launched Dalamud and sought to expand beyond our earthbound existence. Having read of their ancient ambitions, I wonder, has your interest in this field of study waxed or waned? What if I were to tell you that the eternal constellations were arranged differently in the distant past, that their positions continue to shift almost imperceptibly, but measurably as we journey into the future? Would it shock you to learn that the stars drift further and further apart, and may indeed do so forever? Are you eager to learn more? The book is on the wrong subject. Search for the works contained in the forum or in the Charlemagne. I do want to learn more. I do on something. In the years which followed the founding of Charlemagne, civic policy and other matters of import were decided at the Ecclesia, a public forum at which every citizen was eligible to speak. As citizens' populations grew, however, this format became increasingly impractical. The larger number of participants gave rise to even longer debates, resulting in significant delays of vital resolutions. Various measures were introduced in an attempt to curtail protracted discussions, but in the year 201 of the Sixth Astral Era, it was ultimately decreed that Charlemagne would transition to a new form of governance. The nation would now be led by a body of 99 members, citizens chosen from amongst their peers by means of a nationwide vote. Thus was the forum, and as we know it today, conceived and created. It gained a fundamental understanding of Charlemagne history and the foundations of the forum. Head outside to the rendezvous point and wait our companions. Oh, that was a fun little quest of lore. Sorry, were you waiting long? Yeah, what the fuck? I wanted to make sure I borrowed at least a few promising volumes of Elfino and Creole. Creole? What are we going with? Creole? I feel like Creole instead of Cryle. Creole should also be along shortly. I was delayed in similar fashion as far as I could see. No titles. The Archon stacks mention the final days specifically, so we have no choice but to start with the tangentially relevant tombs. Tangentially? Kind of like tangent, but tangentially? Off on a tangent? In a way that relates only slightly to a matter peripherally. Narrative deals only tangentially with marriage. In the manner, position, or direction of a tangent, the line is orientated tangentially along the epidermal cell layer.
Tangentially.
Tangentially. I've never heard that used in such a way. Tangentially. I was delayed in similar fashion as far as the tangentially relevant tombs, if there are even that. At present, the plan is to skim through as quickly as we dare and share our discoveries as we make them. It would be nice to invite everyone to the estate, plenty of comfortable places to read and ready supply of hot tea. I was always quite fond of reading outside, but it's not about the little pleasures, is it? You miss your home. It's been difficult. After our arrival, we managed to speak with one of the family servants and ask how things were. It seems our dear father has instructed the staff that even if Alphino and I were to return to Charlene, we are not to be allowed to cross across the threshold. Harsh measure indeed. I hope that our efforts to understand his position and that of the forum will perhaps lead to reconciliation. Reconciliation. We'll mend this rift one day, I'm certain of it. And what of you, Graha? Graha, have you been to visit your family, or do they not live here in the city? Ah, well, my situation is also somewhat complicated. I was raised in Charlene, yes, but I was born rather further away, in the southern reaches of Ilzabad. In fact, for generations, my people have dwelt in Corvus, a coastal region opposite the island of Thavner. The Allegans founded a city in the fertile land, and by ship brought in the subjugated tribes of the Mikote to serve as laborers. Of course, the massive earthquakes of the Fourth Umbral Calamity brought an end to the Empire's reign. And when... What? I didn't see him say anything. Well, I saw something about the final days, but the final of Final Fantasy. This is the final of the Final Fantasy. And when the fifth calamity froze, the seas solid. Many of the tribes still living in Corvus braved the journey back to Eozio. My ancestors, however, chose to remain, that they might prevent the remnants of elegant technology from being misused. Isn't Corvus under Galilean rule? Cars need their oil. Oh, I didn't catch that part. That's cool. I'm being recommended. Sure. We're number one, baby. Oh wait, no, that's a bot, dude. I've seen bots do that before. They like list off like famous people, and then somehow you're on the list. I've definitely seen that like 12 different times. I'm sure. When I was a boy in a nearby town, I missed kind of what he said there. For the past 50 years, yes, some semblance of local culture remains, as in the case for most imperial provinces, but Garlemald renamed the region Locus Amonis. When I was a boy, a nearby town came under the jurisdiction of an illustrious imperial family, the nobles of House Adonis. House Darnus demonstrated a singular interest in elegant civilization, and so my tribe was forced to consider a plan of action. Yeah, that looks better. Oh, yeah. Some time already, voices had been raised in favor of abandoning our ancient customs. After all, the elegant eye no longer passed to our eldest children as reliably as it once had. Fear of discovery eventually tipped the scales, and a decision was made to bury our ties to the knowledge and traditions of Lag. As the last child born with the elegant eye, I was given over to the custody of friends and the students of Baldesion, who had me registered as a Charlemagne citizen. I never even considered. Forgive me, it was an unkind question. Even Thancred was taken in by Okan Louisoix, was he not? Stories of adopted waifs and rescued orphans are more common among Chileans than you might think. Yet regardless of our origins, we are all provided with an equal opportunity to learn, and with sufficient perspicacity, 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 per, perspicacity.
Perspicacity.
Quality of having a ready insight into things, shrewdness, the perspicacity of her remarks. Alright, for sure.
Perspicacity.
Perspicacity. Shrewdness always seemed like a bad thing, but I guess it's like you're very perceptive. Perspicacity is like pretty being perceptive. Perspicacity of her remarks. Ability to understand things quickly and make accurate judgments. A woman of exceptional perspicacity. I like that. Perspicacity. We all said it's whoever translated this game into English, it's like they did a really fucking good job. They be dropping words just like I've never heard before. It's like an archive of literature. We outsiders can even earn the vaunted title of Algon. This is exactly why I have such love for this country and why I wish to remain a nation of which its citizens can be proud. Here, here, another good reason to get to the bottom of the forum, stubbornness aside from the trifling matter of our impending doom. Excuse us while we try to make some headway in these books, Comrado. More companies should be arriving at any moment now. Real. We return with our selections. Although I will say the pickings were quite slim indeed, Mrs. Creel has already flicked through every history book devoted to disasters, and more than a few which barely made mention of them. It's basically just like a story, you know. I've literally have done almost nothing on this game since I've been playing it, except for a little bit PvP or something. But like literally, this has all just been story. Like the story is so long. It's really good though. Very good, obviously. I wouldn't play it. Then a few which barely made mention of them. As such, we will be looking in research papers of the Umbral calamities, as well as articles written by prominent forum members. Perhaps their knowledge of the final days comes from an unexpected source. Speaking of which, I might ask you a few questions related to the final days. I'm the only one here who didn't witness the events of Amarant firsthand, and I fear I may be overlooking critical details. But thanks. Now where to begin? First things first, what kind of phenomena did the ancients encounter as the final days drew nigh? Car problem, but a complete destabilization of creation, magics, primals of unrivaled power were summoned from the aether, the worst kind of phenomena you can imagine. Yes, the unfolding catastrophe wrought havoc on all manner of life. The chaos extended to the ancients themselves, causing their powers of creation to spiral out of control. Fear and despair manifested in terrible, tangible fashion, meteors raining from the sky, fire erupting from the ground, indescribable abominations prowling the streets. The more or less aligns with my understanding, if only the arts of creation had survived until the present day, we might have had something substantial to analyze. To the best of our knowledge, however, those techniques were not preserved or passed on. Yashoda surmises that the closest known magic is that of the summoning rituals promulgated by the Ashians. Promulgated. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good one. Promulgated.
Promulgate.
Promulgate. Promulgate. Promote or make widely known an idea or cause. Promulgate. Put a law or decree into effect by official proclamation. In January 1852, the new constitution was promulgated. Okay. Promote or make widely known. Croissant. Croissant in the fridge. A croissant. Eh. Was there aught else of note which heralded the approach of the final days? The entire sky was engulfed by disaster all at once. They say it began with a keening sound from the land itself. Alpha, knowing you can answer this one. Keening sound from the land itself. The sky was engulfed by disaster all at once. Oh, our headsets died. Like this died. Time to swap. Time to swap. You're finally just chilling on my lap too. I gotta get up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can come with me.
Ah, bah, bah, bah. Alright, how's that? Is it? I'm gonna adjust it a little bit because I'm using different headphones. The Emerotine spoke of it, didn't they? We never did hear this sound ourselves, of course, thrust as we were into the midst of madness. But it seems that each and every one of the catastrophes was preceded by this ominous noise. Eventually it resounded all across the star, and not even Amarat was spared. So the ground was crying out, you say. To be considered the harbinger of doom, it must have been quite distinctive, and probably quite loud. I'll have to speak with one of the Numenon's mammoths and ask after any books which make mention of such a sound. But not least, would you describe how the ancients sought to quell this unprecedented calamity? What definitive action did they take? They knocked Dalamud from the sky. Yes, with Elidibus serving as his heart, so many gave themselves in a sacrifice to bring him into being. We do not know exactly how Zodiac brought salvation to the star, only that by his godlike will, where the laws of nature set aright. Then once the balance was redressed, the ancients offered up a further sacrifice to heal the ravages of the final days. Lives sprouted anew, and it was these fledgling souls they intended to render under Zodiac, a trade that would have allowed them to resurrect the shades of loved ones absorbed by the primal. They intended to render unto... It was these fledgling souls they intended to render unto... So that new lives sprouted, and they were going to render onto Zodiac a trade that would have allowed them to resurrect the shades of loved ones absorbed by the primal. So they were going to offer new lives to resurrect old lives. Or might have, had Venet and her fellows not manifested their opposition in the form of Heidelin. Thank you both of you for the detailed review. I feel much more confident now in my understanding of events. With all that freshly in mind, it does make me wonder what the Telephore truly mean when they speak of bringing back the final days. Yeah, you killed that croissant. We've seen what they're doing with those towers of theirs. Is forcing people to summon primals a kind of catalyst? Are they attempting to mirror the conditions caused by unstable creation magics? Or are they simply using the final days as a figure of speech, a convenient metaphor of the scale of destruction they plan to unleash? This is all just pointless conjecture at this stage. Let us return our attention to the forum, shall we? We should keep an eye out for Y'shtola, but 'tis time we began studying these research papers. It was a giant croissant. I'm the last, am I? Well, my extended search for the Archon stacks produced one or two possibly useful books, but I wouldn't get your hopes up. If you recall, Urianger learned of the source's reflections from the Garen oracles for its potential to cause panic and confusion. That tome was deemed apocrypha, and sealed away in the great Google library. 'Tis even less likely that knowledge of the unsundered world, not to mention the horrors of the final days, would be left sitting on a shelf for any curious scholar to find. Stands to reason, then, that my colleagues, be they archons or counselors, should perforce be largely ignorant of the subject. Perforce. We're just gonna learn words today. Used to express necessity or inevitability. Amateurs perforce have to settle for less expensive solutions. Yeah, when you confronted Master Forschenalt with knowledge of the Telephore and their machinations, he scoffed at the suggestion that they posed a threat. He seemed adamant that the Forum would know if the final days were truly upon us. Which only supports the conclusion that whatever privileged wisdom is guiding the Forum's behavior, it is being kept secret from the rest of the nation. Not that I mean to excuse myself from reading duty, whether they contain mention of the final days or no, these books could yet hold something of value. You weren't thinking of leaving, were you? There's plenty of work for everyone. You labor for what feels like an age if you stole as research assistant. Look at everything just pop out. Bam. Bam. Oh dear, you look exhausted, but what are your studies? You were able to find any books on subjects I mentioned? Then the day was well spent. Should you wish to read them again, a memo at the reference desk will point you in the right direction. For the moment, though, I suggest you take a well-deserved rest. We might be occupied with our research for quite some time. I got a coffer. Chest gear, hand gear, foot gear. What hands do I got? 475, so this would be better. Hand gear, foot gear. My foot's actually really bad, 430. Oh, Jason Lava medallion. I wonder what that entails. Insufficient armory space. Not again. Shit. Get rid of that shit. There's a Saitama thing, huh? Well, what time is it? 1:18. Ugh. I got a little bit left in me. Ready for a tea break, Komodo? I know I am. I did see something about the gorillas. My neck and shoulders are going to calcify if I don't stretch my legs and walk around a bit. You know the last stand down in the harbor, don't you? Come and meet me near the outside tables, and I'll treat you to their coffee. It's quite good. Yeah, I'm teleporting, I don't care. Ooh, little upskirt. Oh, ooh. As busy as ever, I see how very Chilean that no other gourmet cafe has sprung up to compete for customers. Actually, this crowd gives me an idea. Before we place an order, why don't we ask a few questions and gauge the mood of the city? I'm interested to hear what the average citizen has to say about the Telefore. We might even learn something new, worth a try, don't you think? God damn it. What is it? Can a man not enjoy a moment of private respite? If you're looking to share a table, then I respectfully request that you look elsewhere. You misunderstood, sir. We were simply wondering if you knew of the Telefori. These enemies a piece of promised an end to all we hold and dear end. Wait, you're that house leveler girl, aren't you? And this woman with you is obviously a foreigner. I heard you were disowned for helping outsiders indulge their barbaric whims, and here you are giving truth to rumor. I'll thank you to leave me be. I've naught to say to the likes of you. Well, I must apologize. It's foolish for me to expect an ounce of civility from one so enlightened. Come, Grimoto. Oh, yes. Civility. Yes, I don't believe I've had the pleasure. Pray excuse the interruption, but we're hoping you might share your thoughts on the Telefora and their unconcilable plans. Unconscionable. Unconscionable. Like unthinkable, I would assume. My goodness, if it is the young Miss Livier. My apologies, but I work in the office of the farm, and if word reached Master Fortunalt that I was helping you, I see, we're sorry to have bothered you. That's a banger. Welcome, madame. What can I offer you today? Wait, is it Mistress something? I skipped it on accident. For too long. Meet Dickon, the owner of the last stand. I used to Dickon. Meet Dickon. I used to frequent this his cafe on occasion in between lessons at the studium. That seems like an age ago now. I remember hearing that you and Master Elephano had set sail for Orzia, but then you never came back. Lately there's been gossip about your father disowning the pair of you. Everything all right at home? 'Tis not well. Talking about, Phil Collins. It's complicated, and I hadn't expected complete strangers to be so familiar with our situation quite so quickly. Everyone has an opinion, it seems. Well, it is, House Livier. No matter how discreet Master Fortunalt may have been, news of your family doings never stays secret for long. Things being what they are, what brings you back to the city now, of all times? We have questions, and only Charlene has the answers. Tell me, Master Dickon. Have you heard anything about the apocalypse called The Final Days? Now he's Master Dickon. What? Like the end of the world? Nothing like that, I'm afraid, and that's what you're here to find, information on this apocalypse. A voice acting job would be nice. I can do better than this. Yes, whatever can we learn? Unfortunately, your patrons appear to be unwilling to speak with me. I wish there was more I could do to help. Master Dickon. But maybe there is. You're a visitor to Charlene, aren't you? Yes. Then few show your face. We should be able to pass you off as a server with none the wiser. We just finished preparing a few orders. Strike up some friendly conversation while you're settling down the food, and you might just get the answers you're looking for. Not a bad idea. I hate to ask, but what do you think? Let's fucking do it. That's the spirit. Pay attention now, and I'll explain where each of these dishes need to go. The tea set is for a chatty group sitting by the water's edge. The omelette is for one of our regulars, a Highlander. A Highlander! By the name of Gisela. She's sitting at the outside table with friends of hers. Behind them, you should see Mikote gentleman. He ordered the oven-baked lobster. Got all that? If you're not sure, just ask and I'll explain again. Good luck. I shall give them their lobster. Okay. The Miko gentleman, behind them you'll see a Mikote gentleman. He ordered the lobster. She's sitting at the outside table with friends of hers. The omelette is for Gisela, and the tea set for the chatty group sitting by the water's edge. This is for the omelette. No, the oven-baked lobster. Oh, whoops. I thought it was just for him. Is it gonna rotate around the table, I guess? Lovely, thank you. Oh, my apologies, my dear. The telephone. I'm sorry, I've never heard of them or the Final Days. My friends and I are somewhat uninformed when it comes to current events. Now, if you wanted to hear about ritual arcane practices of the 6th Astral Era, common or esoteric, then I'd be happy to talk your ear off. Okay. No, this is Gisela, who ordered the omelet. Ah, finally, 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's dig in. No time to waste. Felt that there was a bug with the animation and your character tried to drop it because it was a one-time use. What you needed to do was just drop it. Oh yes, I remember seeing the name in the latest Gazette. That and some grand claim about the end of days. Same old senseless warmongering. When will these fools grow tired of spilling each other's blood? Best stay out of it. They'd give you another one. You just keep doing it. I say the forum made the right choice, and I fully support the decision to remain neutral. Here's your omelette, good sir. The oven baked lobster. That lovely baked lobster is mine. You have no idea how long I've scrimped and saved to suffer to afford a heavily dish. The final days. This is the first I've heard of it, although that would explain why my friend has been rushed off his feet. It must be busy time to be a gleaner. You don't know what a gleaner is. They're collectors of a sort. Travel the world, procure things that we haven't got there. Here in Chalain, priceless books, unusual live specimens, and so forth. So named as for the folks who trail after the reapers in the fields, picking up every grain which was missed. Aye, by all counts, gleaning is the most meticulous and demanding profession. If these Telephora make good on their audacious threats, then many uncatalogued rarities could be lost forever. Why else would the gleaners be buzzing about in such a frenzy? Watch the harbor and you'll see what I mean. They're carting loads in from docks all day. It's never been this hectic before, not like this. Oh, we're getting information. I'm like an investigator. Investigator dread. Any trouble with the customers? Were you able to get anyone talking? Interesting, they seem unaware of the final days, aside from whatever vague news the gazettes are printing. Even Dickon had nothing to offer, and he's the best source of gossip in the city. The forum does have secret knowledge when they've done an impressive job of ensuring no one whispers it in the wrong ear. Twice would suck. In any case, thank you for playing about so well. Here, that cup of coffee I promised. Wow, that took so long for me to get something to drink, goddammit. Let's enjoy a drink somewhere else, shall we? Maybe behind the peristyle, away from the gossips and their wagging tongues. Yes, this should do nicely, out of the wind and out of sight. Otosan, my father, Otosan. Go white.
シャーレアンに行こうって決めた時のこと覚えてる？ラハがただならない事態が起きてるからこそお父様があんな突き放し方をしたのかもって。実際そうなのかもしれない。頭が固くておじい様とは何度も喧嘩してた人だけど、
おじいさま、
流すがいいだなんて決して言わなかったも
の。おじいさま。
でもね、戦うことが正しいのかって問いに答えられなかったのも本当。そのことでアルフィノは思い悩んでたけど、私は進んできた道を間違えたなんて思えなかった。だからただ怒って反発して。そっちの方が立ち悪いわよね。少し見方を変えたら
This shit probably blew up.
自分も頑固で独善的なのかもって後になってからふと気づいたの。 時、あの問いになんて答えたら自分もお父様も裏切らずにいられたんだろう。
Yeah, there's a boatload of shit right there.
中に入ってった。
Labyrinthos.
ラビリンソスへの搬入ね。
Labyrinth.
もうこの島の地下にある大きな施設のことよ。シャーリアンといえば世界中から知識を集めてるでしょ。それは何も紙や試験管に収まるものだけじゃないわ。
A little ship.
動物や植物、さまざまな命ある資料を生きたまま保管研究する、それがラビリンソスってわけ。にしてもかなりの荷物だったわね。私が住んでた頃は船を使うような搬入自体めったに見なかったのに。
So that did seem to be unusually a large shipment when I lived here. It was rare to even see such cargo transported by boat. No, I haven't seen that one yet.
ラストスタンドで聞き込みをしてくれた時、
I haven't been on TikTok in a bit.
話があったのよね。
And going more than usual.
さっきの船に乗ってた
The
の。
ones we saw
多分クリー
manning
ナーだわ。
those boats and gleaners answer to the
ラビ
forum.
リンソスに搬入を行える議会公認のクリーナー。
Oh, it's on this.
テロフォロイが現れた頃から活発になっているなら、そこに哲学者
All the
議会の
clue
思
is
惑
to
が
the
隠れてるか
forum's
も。
planning. We're going in. We're going into the labyrinthos. Oh. We should tell the others we've learned about the Gleaners. Go on to Numenon, and I'll join you in a moment after Master Dickon will want his cups back. Master Dickon would. What the hell? What are you doing over there? Playing with the cat toy, as they should. It's just loud. I always think they're fucking getting into something. Not attuned. You're just like, oh god, I'm gonna die. Alright, after this cutscene, I might have to call it. I'm getting tired. Welcome back, remote. A bit for a walk and cleared your head, have you? Not exactly. We did some impromptu investigating and turned information on the Gleaners. Yeah. Oh. William Defoe. Gleaners take their requests directly from the institutions and bureaucrats, but as you say, they ultimately answer to the forum. A sudden and significant increase in Gleaner traffic and in cargo, it certainly gives the impression of an overreaching plan being put into motion. Let us see what that theory we can build from the facts. As Ishtola observed earlier, Numenon's archive appeared to contain no information concerning the final days. Coupled with that, what Grimortal and Alizé learned at the last stand, we can be reasonably sure that most Charlans know nothing of that particular period of ancient history. Yet my father and his colleagues are not only familiar with the final days, but are also somehow certain that the destruction being perpetrated by the Telephora is wholly unlike these apocalyptic events. Moreover, the Forum claims to be so occupied by a duty of such pressing importance that they saw fit to unanimously deny Eorzea's request for aid. And now the Gleaners, official agents of the state, have been mobilized on an unprecedented scale. I do not think it's a stretch to conclude that the Gleaners' recent activities are in service to the Forum's secretive ends. In which case, our next course of action seems obvious. We visit Labyrinthos and assess the situation. Ourselves, and if we're lucky, the Gleaners will be far more perceptive to our questions. A fine idea. What should we expect down there? Anything would be better than burying my head in another dusty book. I would hate to spoil the surprise. As for myself, there are a few more subjects I should like to research. I may join you later, but feel free to leave behind your borrowed books and be on your way. I'll see to it that each is returned to its proper place. That would be a great help. Thank you, Raha. Let's head down the stairs over there and I'll show you where the entrance is. Alright, well, we unlocked another dungeon. Tranquility. Really, the labyrinth is not far from here, but you may have to find the path a bit disoriented. I'll take the lead, so stay close. Tranquility. Oh, Labyrinthos. That makes more sense. Lingarian Leviosa. Ooh, she's looking pretty sketchy. We crossed the bridge. Yeah, they gotta clean this up. 4 frames per second. Yeah, pretty much. Up here. And up the stairs. The rostra, not far now. Hee hee. Here we are, through this door and down the stairs. You did remember to attune to the shadow back there, didn't you? It'll make your life much easier if you need to come back in a hurry. Otherwise, we should keep moving. I had already attuned to that. No, cats, don't knock my thing down. The rostra. We're all here now. Yes, I've taken the liberty of securing permission for our group's descent. Right, everyone onto the lift, then down we go. More long cutscenes. I was hoping that. Oh, okay. A false sun within a fabricated sky. Any eggs exist who would consider the floor an extension of their bookshelves, and his vault's architects surely belong to this special breed. That make more rooms. Come on. You're gonna knock my thing over. Fat ass sheep, goddamn. I thought it was gonna be a dungeon. This ain't no dungeon. How's this underground? I mean, I guess they said it was a artificial sun or... I must admit the artifice is very convincing. Hunter? But I assure you that we are beneath Shalane itself, the breezy field, the flowing waters you hear, all created by the hand of man. Come on, you're gonna knock my thing over, you fuckers. You see, once upon a time, this great hollow must have been a reservoir for magma. Hot molten magma. Discovered some 400 years ago, and at which point it was repurposed as a storage facility for scrolls and samples and such. Renovations have continued with no interruption to this day, with the lower levels still undergoing expansion. Gleaner. Let's rough them up. Come on. You're gonna knock my shit over. Let's spread out and get some answers. Oh yeah, the game looks way better with the fucking shit on. Look at that. Boom. Boom. The last Berserker trailer, maybe. Watch enough. Did you call to me just now? No.
昇降機で急に下がってきたからかしら。ごめんなさい。
ごめんなさい。
情報収集頑張りましょう。
Alright. I think I'm gonna call it. Oh yeah, it looks way better. Oh my god. Worth it. I'm ready for bed. I'm ready to pass out. Thanks for hanging out, dude. Yeah. Tomorrow night, Fortnite for sure. I should be good on that. See you later, man.